Hi, in this video we're going to cover influencer marketing. Okay, so what's influencer marketing? Basically what you're doing is you're going to people who maybe have a Facebook group, a YouTube channel, an Instagram account with people that are interested in your types of product. Let's say you sell gym products, so you might be looking at people with fitness and health followings, for example. Okay, so first of all, we need to select which platform we're going to start off with. And yes, it's nice to do everything, but the reality is you need to master the process on one platform and then move to the others. So there's Instagram, there's Pinterest, there's YouTube, there's Facebook. Just for the purpose of this video, I'm going to take Instagram as an example, and that's where I had the most experience in working with influencers. So why would you work with influencers? Because to build a following of 100,000 people in your niche is going to take years. But if you do the right partnership, you can get all of those people in front of your product very, very quickly. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is build a list of potential Instagrammers that you can work with. As I said, if you're selling gym equipment, then you've got a wide range of health and fitness people that you can build a list of. What I recommend is going for at least 10,000 followers. And if you're small, just start small, 10,000 to 50,000 followers, start there. You don't have to, there's no point going after the accounts with 1 million followers because they're not going to do it cheap and they're not going to do it if your product's not established. So it depends on where your brand is. If you're a new brand, I would start with 10 to 25 or 50,000 followers. And if you're a more established brand, you can go up to about 100,000 followers and then scale up from there. So build a list of those Instagrammers that meet your criteria, that have the right niche following. You want their Instagram profile and email account. And I used a virtual assistant of Upwork. We have a video on how to find people to do this kind of stuff, and built a list of Instagrammers. I've built tens of thousands in my niches. And then when I had all the email lists and everything ready, then what I sat down and did was map out the requirements. Okay, so do we want a post? Do we want a story? What do they have to do in that post or story for us that they can quote for? For example, you want them to demonstrate using the product. Maybe let's say you're talking about an ab roller. So they use the ab roller, then they say why it's good in the video. These are your requirements. Maybe you want them to clearly show the packaging, clearly show the logo. You want them to say, head over to Amazon and buy the product where you can get a 10% discount coupon code, or you're sending them to a landing page. Here is where you think about the details of, okay, so what do I actually want these influencers to say and do on their platform? If you leave it all to them, then you're going to get a hodgepodge mix-up of results. Whereas if you try to guide them as to what you need as a minimum, then they can be creative around that. They can say it their way, they can use their own words, but of course you want them to show the logo of the product and explain that you can get it on Amazon. You'd be surprised. For most people, they send the sample to the influencer, leave it to them. Maybe the logo is not clearly visible in the video. Maybe the product's kind of covered by their hands, or the lighting is not good. These are things that you need to say. So then when you've mapped out your requirements, you've got your list, contact them. So just start small, maybe email to 100 of the people on your list first and just see what they come back with. And what I use is a form. So I send everyone either to a Google form or a Typeform form where they put in their name, their Instagram handle, their follower number, and then their quote for a post and a quote for a story. And all of this automatically goes back to Google Sheets. And from there, I can select the people that I want to work with. Why use a form? Because if you're going back and forth by email, it's a lot of work. Whereas if you email everyone, say, if you're interested, click this link, fill out the form, and we'll be in touch. So then I have my 100 people back. I choose the 3 or 4 people. I select the best ones that I think, 1, their audience is good, 2, their following is good, 3, the price is reasonable. And prices can vary massively. So say for 100,000 followers, I've had quotes for a story from $50 up to $5,000 for the same 100,000 followers. Yes, of course, the audience quality is important, but you don't know that at the start. And if you've never worked with these people before, you don't know 100% whether all those followers are genuine, engaged. It's hard to tell. There are lots of Instagram tools out there that help you filter that and filter down to more engaged lists, etc. But I would recommend just starting cheap and small, because then you can see whether the audience is really engaged or not. If you're paying $3,000 and they're not engaged, you've just wasted your money. But if you're spending $80 for a story and you find a few hundred people click onto your link, then you've got a great return with minimal investment and risk up front. Payment. Okay, so most influencers will take payment via something like PayPal, but they'll want it up front before doing the post. And you also need to get a sample to them. So what we do is we send them a sample direct via Amazon, and then we also pay them just before they're doing the post or story too. Review. So after they've done the post or story, what you want to do is review the actual work that they've done, and see how it performed before you go on to the next influencer or Instagrammer. And what I mean is, sit down, watch the story, and just see, oh, this was good, let's add that to our requirements, and then you feed that back to the next person doing it. Or this was bad, the lighting was bad, I couldn't see the product clearly. You can tell that to the Instagrammer. It's unlikely they're going to fix it for you, but you can make sure that the next person is clearly aware of the requirements you have as well. The other thing you can do is repost to your own social media and to your website and to your Facebook, everywhere basically. If you get a story on Instagram, it doesn't hurt to repost it everywhere. Yes, I've missed out a lot of the details of what you should say in the email, etc. You can find all of that very easily online. The key thing here really is to start small, start low cost, and automate the process. So email out to 100 influencers, and by getting them to do a Google form or Google Sheets, you're basically able to filter down to the lowest cost, highest value influencers that you can work with. So with a few $100s spent, you can get in front of potentially 1 million followers, which would take you hundreds of thousands of dollars and several years to build on your own. That's why influencer marketing is so powerful. Are you looking to grow your Amazon business? Zillionaire is the best Amazon metrics software. It has dozens of great features, including real-time profit and loss, inventory management, Amazon PPC ad optimization, custom dashboards, and much, much more. Head on over to zillionaire.com and sign up today. The link is in the description below.